feel honored by your presence. I thank Allah for every one of you. I pray to Allah that the next few moments that we speak would somehow have an impact on you. Every one of you that came here tonight have some kind of need. I don't know what it is, but Allah does. And if I'm a servant of Allah, somehow, something that I will say today is going to affect you, going to help you in something of your life. I believe it. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. In the Quran, you hear this: glory be to Allah. We have no knowledge except for what you have given us. You are the knowing and the wise. These are the words of the angels. I say that tonight in honor of my teacher, one of my teachers, Sheikh Hussein Hamid from Egypt. 25 years ago, I was blessed to study at Qura, at that time King Abdulaziz University, for an imam training. I wasn't there a long time, but we were there, some of the imams from the United States, and I was blessed to be one of the 5 imams that were there to study. This teacher, we had a nickname for him. We called him Big Thick. Big Thick. Every time we asked him a question, his answer was something like this. He said, we have 3 opinions. Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal, this is his position on that issue, and this is the evidence that he gave from the Quran, from the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. He said Imam Abu Hanifa has a different opinion, and his opinion is based upon this evidence. And then he said Imam Malik has a 3rd opinion, and his opinion is based upon this or these verses from the Quran. Why do I say this, and why I want to talk about what I want to talk about tonight? Islam is wide. It is huge. And we have a tendency to make it small. I give you an example. One day, 1400 years ago, the Prophet and his companions were sitting in the masjid, and a man came and joined the prayer. And in the midst of the prayer, this man made a supplication. Allahumma irhamni wa Muhammad wa la tarham ma'ana ahadin. Oh Allah, have mercy on me and Muhammad, and don't have mercy on anyone else except us 2. What? What? Are you serious? What did the Prophet say when he said that? He says, you have restricted something great, something huge. And it wasn't until I read the narration, not in Al-Bukhari, but when I read it in the Sunan of Abu Dawood, that I learned that this desert Arab who made that prayer was the same desert Arab who actually urinated in the masjid. Let me ask you a question. What do you think you would do? Someone coming to the masjid and, you know, and just... What do you think you would do? Now, Ali Abdul Karim, he said security. I know what he would have done. They're a little crazy in Brooklyn. And when the people ran to him, the Prophet said, leave him, let him finish. And when he finished, the Prophet said, take the water and clean it, and told him, the masjids are places to remember Allah. They're not for that. And this man, he just didn't know. What I want to talk about today is the tremendous, the bigness, the mercy, and the love of Allah. How we should be as Muslims. How we should be with the people of Great Britain. How should we be? It is my opinion that Muslims must make, wherever they are, must make that place better. A Jewish rabbi years ago talked to his congregation, and he asked them this question. If all of the Jews in America today stood up and left America, would America be better off? Would America be worse off? Or would America be the same? I asked the same question. If all of the Muslims in Great Britain one day decided, let's go, we're leaving here, will Great Britain be better off? Would they be worse off? Or would they be the same? The question is, what kind of contribution will we make? Most of you now have heard of Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz. And everyone, the Muslims, they invoke the name of Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm this and Malcolm X and Malcolm and Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz. And every Muslim now wants to embrace Malcolm because it is the popular thing to do. Would you have embraced Malcolm when he was a troubled teenager? Would you have embraced Malcolm when he went to prison for 6 years for burglary? Would you have embraced Malcolm, the Malcolm who was a drug dealer, would you have embraced him there? And when Malcolm came out of prison in 1952 and joined an organization called the Nation of Islam, would you have embraced Malcolm then? The man that you love, the man that you respect, Malcolm X, how long was he a Muslim? Some of you like me, when I grew up loving Malcolm X. When I was in high school, I used to walk around the house quoting Malcolm. The Negro. He called it the Negro, what do you call it? What word did Malcolm use? The house Negro. Back during slavery, there were two kinds of slave. There was the field Negro and the house Negro. Malcolm used to teach, and I go all around the house quoting Malcolm, Malcolm, Malcolm. And some of us quote Malcolm as Muslims and don't even realize that when Malcolm gave that speech, the one that you're quoting, he wasn't even a Muslim. When you see pictures of Malcolm, you have to ask yourself the question, which Malcolm is that? When you see pictures of Malcolm with a beard, it's not the same Malcolm as the one without a beard. Malcolm went to a transformation. Malcolm was born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1925. He died February 21st in New York City, just short of his 40th birthday. Martin Luther King Jr. died in 1968, just short of his 40th birthday. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, became the messenger of Allah at the age 40. And according to the Quran, a man comes in full strength at the age of 40. Malcolm's life was cut short. But the beautiful thing about Malcolm is that Malcolm continued to evolve and continued to learn until he got to this last year of his life in 1964. He made pilgrimage to Mecca and became officially, he changed his name to Al-Hajj Malik Al-Shabazz. How long was he a Muslim? Of the almost 40 years of his life, how long was he a Muslim? 1 year. 1 year. Yet, everybody respects Malcolm and they love Malcolm. Muslims love him and non-Muslims love him. And everybody claims Malcolm. Listen to what Martin Luther King Jr. once said. He was part of an organization called the Gandhi Society. The Gandhi Society. And some of his fellow Christians got angry at him because they said the name Gandhi is unchristian. What was the religion of Gandhi? Hindu. And Malcolm said, it is ironic but inescapably true that the greatest Christian of the modern world was a man, Gandhi, who never embraced Christianity. Did you hear what I just said? A man who didn't embrace Christianity, what was he saying? He was saying that even though Gandhi wasn't a Christian, but his character, the life that he lived, was as if he was a Christian. Now, I ask you a question.